See what
Can you
happens when you
can,
stay away for like
listen?
forever?
What the fuck? I love it. Black power, god damn it.
Exactly, exactly. Wait, let me where is my increase my volume? Do, 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 do. I got this brand new MacBook that I have not
Do
used.
I? Is my background noise too loud? Do I need to turn the music down?
When I first joined, I thought it was.
What
If there
about now?
were in it, I would say two, because we don't want to get grabbed by the licensing police.
You can still hear it though.
Absolutely.
Zara, can you turn the music down a little bit, please? Can you turn the
There,
music down a little bit, please?
there you go. There you go. Hi, Bob.
Hold on. I'm doing something. Hold on, real quick. What's up, girl? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
I need to grab some water. So hold on. Yeah, I definitely hear the music very clearly.
You hear it very clearly.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. What about now? How we doing now?
sounds the same to me.
All right. Oh fuck it. Let's go. Anyway,
Wait,
how you been? I
are we
love the. Listen, I love the afro. Oh my god, we can be super friends now.
no, so listen. I am looking for outfits that resemble Christy Love from back in the day. I
Who's
don't know if
that?
you know who Christy Love is. So when I grew up, there was like, well, actually, I think this is from my mom's time. There was Superwoman and all those people, but there was policewoman Angie Dickinson, who's an actress, like old time actress. For when
Okay,
my
I'm
mom,
not good with names.
but there is a character called Christy Love, and I believe she was the one that kind of knew karate and stuff,
Okay.
and she had like
You
an afro.
you do look like you five deadly venoms over there.
Oh, and you know what? I bought an afro pick. So I'm about to start doing my reels with roller skates. I bought myself a pair of roller skates for my birthday. And so I want to project that 70s look. And so,
Listen, love it. Please throw in some dashiki, throw some African
yeah,
outfits
no,
in
no.
there.
So I have some.
It's
I'm look,
very empowering. I'm telling you, your aura, it just like looks like a huge aura over your head.
well, it is a huge horror over my head. But you know what's funny? I did this experiment because I wore this look before, and actually I was waiting for a sunny day to start. I may post it today anyway, but I wanted to, project this out to people as a whole, but really within our
And
community.
this is not a wig, right? This is not a wig.
It
This is your
absolutely,
hair.
it
This is your
absolutely.
healthy, black, God given, natural bush, right?
So
This is
so
your hair.
so listen to what I'm telling you, right? So I have this video that I'm going to post that asks people, especially within our community, how many times do we limit our interaction with others solely based on how someone looks,
All the
right?
time.
And okay, so that's what I say,
When I walk in the store, women run away from me.
right? Because you're empowering.
No, because I'm fat.
Well, see, you know me, I'm always looking for the positive side, even of the negative.
I'm
But
joking.
it's less about what you're saying, fat, but about all the things that we have been taught in our mind. So you're a man, you're a black man,
Yeah.
you're a black man with a bald head. You are a as they say in Africa, you are a healthy, robust man.
Robust, right?
Right,
That's the word, robust.
because size corresponds with wealth, right? So, and I'm happy. I'm up to 155 pounds,
There
so
you go. There you go.
I'm gaining a little weight and wealth at the same time. But I wanted to kind of talk about within our community how we limit ourselves. So I am single. And I'm not prejudiced, but I have a preference of dating men who look like me, black and
Sure.
brown men, right? And I'm finding as I get older, the available supply gets shorter.
Hmm.
I'm at that
Hmm.
point where their fathers and the sons in the same family are in my DM, which makes it very, very kind of crazy. But recently, I started paying attention to how people interact with me when I have a short hairstyle with dark hair, or when I have a short hairstyle and maybe blonde, the type of men that are attracted to me, or when I
Sure.
wear my hair long. And so when I wear my hair in an Afrocentric style or a
Come on,
style,
people, filing, and we haven't been on in a while. Let's go. Let's go. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
when I wear my hair in a more Afrocentric style, I watch the kind of interaction. Women with natural hair, they are, hey sis, what's up? Like that. I love that fro. Everybody, I love that fro. I love that fro. But what happened to me recently was really funny. I was walking down the sidewalk, and I would say there's a man about 45, 50. He had long dreadlocks, and he had like a red, yellow, and green kind of knitted thing on his head. And
Hmm.
as he walked past me, he tapped his heart a couple times, and he said, "Hey, Queen." You know,
It's,
I get
I tell women all the time, like, stop listening to the media, stop listening to these phony baloney people out there.
but
The world, not just black men, the world loves you when you're natural. Like,
but
it's
okay.
so empowering. Go ahead. Go
So, all right. So yes, right. It all takes me back to when I went to Nigeria and when I saw people more naturally styled, as they say.
ahead. Hmm.
But it's just the way he looked at me. I had people, and I've been wearing my hair like this now for about 4 days. So I have people blowing their horn at me, giving me the thumbs up and stuff like that. Ironically, the same men who I see that I think are more susceptible to me when my hair is blonde and when it's long, they're looking at me like, so my point is those who like natural hairstyle women, they like natural hairstyle women. Those who are comfortable with women wearing their hair any way they want with like extensions or braids or wigs, some of those same men look at me
it,
like, okay,
it's it's a
fufu.
listen, it's a mindset, exactly what you said. It's a pan-african mindset versus a euro, whatever you want to call it, euro american mindset. A guy that's not into pan-africanism or Africa does not care about your natural features. He wants you to look like the blow up model doll,
Well,
you know.
so to be
The
fair,
no,
I
it's
wouldn't.
just we're talking. Listen, when nothing is absolute, I hate when people
Right.
say nothing is absolute. We're just
But
talking in general terms.
yeah, but I'm also, what's interesting. So and then there's the part with the skin. So I went to a restaurant, and funny enough, the restaurant was recommended to me by a young man named Ellis, who's been following me for years. Ellis is like one of the best waiters at an Italian restaurant called Patsy's that's on the corner of Flatbush and Dean Street. And a lot of people don't know that Patsy's restaurant has one black female owner. Her name is
Hmm.
Beverly. Beverly or Denise. I always get them confused. But she's been the owner for years. But he recommended this restaurant to me. He said, "Hey, Donatella, I haven't seen you in years, but I know what you like. There's this really upscale Caribbean restaurant." He said it's expensive, but their food is good. You should go to it. So it's called Charm, right?
Yeah.
To it, customer service, everything's great. I sat at the bar, and this beautiful black uh family unit came in. Right? Young sis, she was talking to me. I think she said she just turned 30 or 37, something like that. But natural hair and a small kind of bun. She had a very, very cute little boy. I think they said he was 4. And there was another gentleman with her, very natural, healthy, natural hair. They sat down right next to me at the bar, and the two of them instantly, like, kind of drawn in on me, fell in love with me. And the sister was shouting out, "Oh, I just love your hair." She's tapping her hair. "Can't wait till my hair gets that long." And then I'm gonna tell you something else, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm wrapping up to. I went to I started walking now because I'm 155 pounds. I don't want to lose weight, but I want God to shift it a little bit, put some in my derriere, some on my hips, some in my boobs, instead of everything's in my waist right now, right? I went to another restaurant as I'm walking called Veggies. and I'm standing there, and these two rather young black guys came in with one had like colored dreads. He had a scarf on his face. Another young guy, like he might have been 23, 24. Looked like he probably was mixed with some type of Indian because he had long plaits. And when he walked in, he was just kind of fixated on me and was like, that I love you in the fro and da 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 da. And then I hit it to him, and I was talking about same thing we're talking about, how people judge you on their looks, and I equated it to social media, right? So right now, I'm excited to say I just made 40,000 followers on social.
Congratulations.
I don't sleep. I don't come out. I'm like all in everybody's DM, that kind of stuff. But here's what I want to say. The things that I'm saying now with 40,000 followers are the same things that I said in 2019 when I had 5,200 followers. No change. But now all of a sudden there's a sudden kind of notoriety and people listen. When I send a DM, I get immediate responses from companies because of those 40,000 followers. It doesn't make what I'm saying any better. Hence, this afro doesn't make me any different either than when I'm wearing long hair.
I beg to disagree. You know why? It matters how you want to represent yourself. You're the same person, but you're making a conscious decision on how you want to project yourself and what you probably want to attract. And I'm to be honest with you, you're gonna attract things that are more organic when you look organic. When you present yourself like this, you're gonna find more organic engagement. And like I said, people that are very superficial or like I said, Euro American, whatever, will probably look right past you because you're not, or you're not their, you know,
They're
form of organic.
your visual
Exactly.
of beauty. But guess what?
Exactly.
So I'm talking to this young guy in the veggie store, and he's telling me how beautiful, and I said to him, really attractive kid. I wanted to ask him where his father was, to be honest. Really attractive young guy.
Hey
And
boy, where your daddy at?
yeah, actually, I think I did say that. And he started laughing. But here's the point that I said to him. I said, I'm having a conversation with you. You're very intelligent. He had a mask on. I said, I'm assuming you're very attractive because you look attractive even with the mask. I said, I have you ever thought about how many women walk past you and overlook you because you have on a sweatsuit and sneakers and you've got long braids? Longer than some of the wigs that I own. His hair was like to here. And I said, because if I was standing here as I normally look, and I showed him a picture of myself on my Instagram, I said, you probably wouldn't have engaged in me in the same way. And he was like, yeah, you're right. I said, well, guess what? This is a very expensive wig, right? And in his eyes, I saw his heart break, much like the way you're looking at me right now. And so, what's so interesting is you're right. Wearing a look like this, and I've noticed it doesn't matter if you have on Afrocentric clothing or if I have on tights, some tight booty outfit. The hair itself projects and garnishes all this type of energy. But yeah, it is a wig. I mean, if it helps, my hair is like this underneath the wig. But
I
this,
was gonna ask. You got me too. I was gonna ask because
yeah,
I
you
know
did
you.
ask. You said, this is your natural hair. Is this a wig? But
Okay, okay, okay.
you continue to talk, and it's excellent because this is the content that I want. I have a video that I'm gonna upload on my Instagram that just talks about how, some of my I have a girlfriend, she can't stand the Afro wigs. Doesn't like them at all. Period. When I wear them. I had a friend today, he works for ABC. He video called me and he was like, well, that's a different look for you. Because he's always talking about me wearing my natural hair. Oh, you look so much better with your natural hair. Da, 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 da. And I never told him. I never got a chance to tell him because it was a quick conversation. But see that reaction? And now I see the disappointment like, oh my gosh, she's still one of them.
You
But
got
yeah,
me.
she's a beaut. And you know what? Can you see all that? And I made a joke to the young guy. I said, you know what? I feel like they might have taken some of my people into the back room and shaved
And
their
shaved
hair.
them, right? And glued it all together.
It's human hair. I'm gonna have to shout out to True Indian Hair. And don't go in there trying to buy a wig unless you're carrying at least close to a grand, my friends.
Lord
This
have
is
mercy.
this is a great, beautiful wig. But yes, I'm getting a lot of natural.
I'm sure Hollywood frequents that store. I'm sure people from Hollywood.
Well, yeah, she actually does way back before everybody started selling hair. One of the things that I like about the owner's name is Karen Mitchell. You know, she started grassroots the way a lot of people of color could not start. You know, like she went to FIT, so that's where she got her fashion stuff from. You know, she's Caribbean, so they already have a lot of swag, but she once worked in like very humble beginnings for her brand to me. She once worked in a beauty supply store where they sold bag hair, but she also worked for, I can't remember the lady's name, some really affluential person in that industry. And she traveled to India with her. But what was great about my understanding of what Karen did, she envisioned herself in the place of the owner. So she was selling hair. I I've been her customer since 2008, before everybody shifted to selling hair. Now you can buy hair. I could probably go outside and somebody lives on my floor is selling hair. Everybody sells hair.
That
It's
is
like
true.
the new crack,
That
you
is
know?
true. That is true. Especially in this climate where a lot of people were sent home, over the mandates, and a lot of people had to become instant entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So hair, nails, edibles, you
Mhm.
name it. These are all industries people quickly latched onto to try to earn a living.
Yeah, but
So
I want to get into and it's gonna make me a hypocrite, and I've already apologized. You know, Governor Hochul, is how you say her name?
Hokel.
Hochul, Governor Hochul has these 100 licenses designated for people who have passed marijuana charges.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
yeah.
And those first 100 licenses or 100 will be given to people with charges so that they can have a cannabis business. I'm going to tell you the new hashtag for everybody is hashtag cannabis conversations. If you want to get into what New York City is doing with this cannabis industry, me, the person who's cursed out many a guy I like for smoking weed, I now want to see how I can get in on making money.
Well, just understand that you're going up against very wealthy competition.
Absolutely.
So, for anyone that's interested in getting to that industry, um, you're going up against a lot of big boys.
Yeah, but New York City has a whole push. I mean, I've been doing
It's very
webinars.
weird. Look, when I heard the announcement about them targeting people who specifically have been incarcerated over
It
weed
makes
or
sense.
their family members, you don't necessarily have to
Yeah. Well,
have
I don't
been
have any family
incarcerated,
members.
but you
I
would
got
have
some.
family members that
Mhm.
was incarcerated or abused by that system. It's just odd. I mean, I get it. I understand why they're
No,
doing
but
it,
listen what
but
they're
it's just
doing though.
really different how you target um, that.
No, I think it makes sense. If you want to legalize a new drug, who better than someone who already has the supply and demand chain set up, right? So those people
The
already have.
man was in jail for 10 years. His clients don't found a new person.
No, 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 no. Those people are usually still well connected. When they come out, they jump on. I mean, even the
I
ones
was I was being facetious. I was
and you guys don't come after me. A lot of people go to jail and they are rehabilitated. They don't come back out and commit crimes. But I feel like when it comes to marijuana, most people who were arrested don't feel that marijuana is a drug. You know, they don't think that, well, clearly, right? Big pharma. um but yeah, I want to see what I can do. There are some people of color I know already who are in that notch, and they are doing well. So
well.
what's going on with you, Bob? I've been running my mouth as usual.
No, 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 no. Listen, we haven't been on in a while. A lot of things have been happening. Obviously, Um, the I think the last time on the mandates were still on, I was still whining about that. I was still upset about that. But
Right.
now
Well, I'm
I
upset that
feel like a free person again. I have my rights back. I have my freedom. You know,
yeah.
it just it feels good to be normal, living a normal life again to some
But it's
degree.
not, it's that hashtag new normal, right? Because I was thinking today, I don't know if there's a certain part of me that has adopted this kind of fear factor. So I've gone to a couple of restaurants in Brooklyn where the owners, although mandates are not required, because of the demographic that work there or the family members of the demographic that works there, they still want to utilize the "are you vaccinated" and wear your mask. And so, and what was interesting, these are non-black owned restaurants. um One was an Italian restaurant. I don't know if that qualifies as brown or not, but
Well, from the beginning, I said one of the angles that upset me about it is that it can be used as a tool for discrimination. If you don't want a certain demographic that you know are highly unvaccinated in your establishment, you can use that as one of the means by which you keep them out.
yeah,
Um,
but in these instances, the people aren't. They're still wearing their masks inside their restaurant, but they have a lot of these people. When I was talking to them, they're Italian. They have they have grandmothers at home with them. They have aunts home with them, and since the kind of opening, one of the restaurants told me they've been dealing with their staff getting sick more than they were
well,
before.
maybe we just have great immunity here, but I have
Or maybe
we
y'all
don't
already had it, and that's
we
why.
don't we don't
And
listen. Who hasn't had COVID? Think about it. Who hasn't had
well,
COVID?
I
Everyone has had COVID,
yeah.
especially Omicron. See, when
Well,
Omicron
that's
came,
that's what I
that
that's what I,
guaranteed everybody had touched it.
well, no,
Everybody went around.
there's still quite a few
No, I
people
mean there are people, but I'm just saying
around.
that Omicron had such a profound effect. I think that's how we got to a level where it got to level off, where the rates got down because people built their immunity to it to some degree, naturally, not by any artificial means. But listen, don't be mad. Don't but listen,
I'm I'm
don't start.
I'm not
Don't
mad.
start. Listen, people that want to do that, it's well within their right. If you own a business and you want to um
Well,
do
what I
that,
said is they can't. They
that's your
said
business. No,
no.
no, you can't.
No. What I was saying is that they can't because it's causing too much negative
They
impact.
can't what? They can't what? Let's be specific.
They can't still implement the use of asking if people are vaccinated or requiring the mask when they come in, because the clientele that's coming in from both sides, he said all demographics, the ones who are really anti vaccination
Mhm.
are causing scenes and getting upset. Because
Oh
remember,
yeah, 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 yeah.
the mandate law says, the mandate law says it's it's no longer mandatory, but a private business can still implement if they want.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
they're having situations that when they ask the
Oh yeah,
people,
you're gonna get some heat. If I ever walked into an establishment, I would go off on them so hard.
why not just leave?
No, I will leave too,
Yeah,
but
but that's
they'll get a
not
piece
what's
of my
happening.
mind. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
that's
fight
not.
nobody. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
well,
saying?
I know that.
I'm not gonna fight nobody,
That's not what's
but I
happening.
will leave.
And
I'm
I
not gonna be a I'm not gonna do Will Smith on nobody, but I'll just leave.
well, I think that's a mental psyche break. Like
What
that was a mental break.
for what? Will Smith or me leaving?
Well, you have lots of mental breaks, which is what makes our lives so great. But no, I if you watch that interaction
Which
and
one? The Will
what
Smith. Are we on to Will
yeah,
Smith now?
yeah.
Okay, we've
I
dived. We're deep diving now. We're deep diving.
well, it's just my
We're
everybody.
hitting the elephant in the room now.
No, yeah, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. I do not like or commend or appreciate the way people are bashing Jada, right?
Look,
Because
it
it's not like she said anything verbal, and her physical response is not it's no different than I think I would have made myself.
Donatella, the media, me and my wife were driving yesterday, 2 days ago. The media made a 10-minute segment on the history of toxic Jada. And it was, I must say, absolutely disgusting because it's like they digged up everything from her child, from back in the, from Tupac days, all the way to now. It's like they've been just compiling these
Well,
files
but
of shit, right?
it's not
And
just
then it's
media.
like all of us, like she didn't even say a word. And all of a sudden, now for 10 minutes, I got to hear how horrible a person she is.
Well, it's
She
well,
didn't even do nothing to nobody.
it's not just the media. So there are people that I know personally.
No, I'm just saying that the me, but
Yeah,
well, obviously when the media runs the story, the media is there to shape opinion, right? And that's what I'm saying. That they put so much negative energy on her. Someone would
I,
would
I
would
don't.
look at that and then now continue that. It
But
continues into the daily life.
that's not what I'm saying though.
Okay, what are you saying?
The opinions that I see flowing about Jada have less to do with the media and more to do, pardon me, my honesty, but more to do with some of the stereotypes that men of color already have about women of color.
What is it
And
like what?
well, so one comment I saw today was by somebody I know, and he had added his own text message on his texting post, and it said Jada's hood like hood girl response, typical hood girl response. So if you are reading that as a woman of color, you are automatically saying, okay, he's specifically talking about inner city women of color. Because all she did in the video to me was something, because women of color, I think we are creative, we are animated, we are truthful. And one of the things I used to get in trouble about as a kid, we wear our expression on our face, right? And depending on how confident we are, you see it in our eyes. I used to get popped in my mouth all the times, rolling my eyes at my mom, or I would get pinched. So all she did to me was take a sigh, maybe roll her eyes. It was a physical reaction to the verbal comment that Chris made. And she didn't even make contact with eye contact with Will, in my opinion, from the vantage points where I saw everything. But what I think happened, if you watched his expression, he went from laughing to probably hearing the gasp in the air of people watching Jada, along with the fact, I'm not sure, but I heard the young man that she had the affair with was sitting in the front of
Mm-mm.
the arena, and something in him just kind of snapped. He
Snapped.
was like,
Oh, not today.
what? Yeah. And for me, I said this long before I see it trending with everybody saying it. He no longer saw Chris Rock on the stage. He saw every person everywhere that has been speaking and making jokes about her show, about him coming out about his feelings, about the affair, about every meme, about everything. That's what he saw. And when he unleashed on Chris Rock, to me, Chris Rock took the slap for everybody in the world who's ever said anything negative. He did. You know, for anybody who said anything negative about Jada, about Will Smith, about his career, about everything. And on his walk back to his seat, at first, you know, for people who were thinking maybe it's a skit, maybe it's not, when they showed him, and I didn't see it till the next day, but when they showed him, you know, saying to keep his wife's name, he legitimately, to me, I saw
Like
a black man.
he was
I
ready to fight.
I
He meant every bit of it.
every
Every
fiber
bit of it.
of
And,
his
and, and you see, I wanted my take on this. I was thinking about it before we went on real quick because I knew at some point we were going to talk about it. It reminds me when I was a kid. I always used to tell people, listen, you know how kids are. You got mama jokes, right? I always used to tell all my friends, like, yo, let me tell you something.
yeah.
We could be cool. You could crack joke. Do not ever in your life make a
Talk
mama
about my
joke
mama.
or mom. Don't do it.
And
That is
everybody knows that.
I will lose it. I have rage. I'm a Scorpio. Most people will never see that side of me, but I swear to you, don't do it.
Yeah.
And I've had situations many times. I've stabbed people. I've done things because of my rage, right? And I just felt, don't do the mama jokes.
And
Don't
and and
don't
that's
do the
something
mama
my
jokes.
mother told me. I
And
don't
and so my thing is like, you know what? Yes. Has he had the perfect relationship with his wife? Has his wife humiliated him publicly? Several times.
but
But you know what?
how do
He
we know
chose he
that?
chose to stay with her, right? It
Right.
was
But
his
how do we know
choice.
he's
And
humiliated?
no, what I'm just saying, in my eyes, right? In
Right.
my eyes, right? She said he was he was kind of like inadequate in bed. She said that August said he had a real relationship with her. She confirmed it. She said she never wanted to get married from jump. She only got married because she had a kid. You know, and that's what prompted, like, she never wanted to be that person, right? For
Mhm.
whatever reason, he stayed with her, right? In fact, he broke up with his first wife
Uh,
to get with her,
yes.
right? So that's his business. And like you said, everybody forever and ever has been making fun of him with the
Since
memes
way
and
before.
and you know what? And it was like, yo, me and my wife, they would probably, how you're having a great day. They were just there looking like they're having a good time. They're at the Grammys, and this Chris Rock comes again. This is not the first time he
Yeah.
mentions her, but he comes like out of
But it
all the
was it
people.
wasn't that.
Yo,
So as a woman who's dealt with,
I'm just saying, like, it
yeah,
came in from left field, and like I said, he was laughing like like he wasn't expecting that. He was just rolling with the show, laughing, and then
but
it's like
the joke that
it
preceded
was like slow motion.
that
It
was
hit him like it hit him.
the joke that preceded the joke that preceded him um was along the same lines.
What
And
was it about? I didn't watch it. I didn't
so
watch
I didn't watch the Oscars either, but I watched a kind of long video
the
clip
clip.
talking
Okay.
about it, and it showed a couple, white man and a woman, both were nominated for an Oscar, but the guy was about to win one, and
Mhm.
so the woman now was up for one. And he was saying, "Hey, you better hope she wins, because if she don't, you can't go home tonight." That kind of thing. He was
But that,
doing
but that was
husband
that's yeah,
husband
but that's
and wife.
cool. Like, but
Right.
that's not like alopecia. Like, that's not.
But okay, so here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna tell you, someone who's dealt with a lot of stress over the years, and hair loss is one of those elements. And going to this other guy, Mar, what's his name? Is his name Bill Maher? I
No
think
more.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah. You heard Bill Maher's comment the next night. He
No, no, I
was
didn't.
like, oh, on his live, he said, I don't get it. You know, it's alopecia. It's not leukemia. You know,
Yeah,
so
but still.
but it's still a joke, right? And so I get it. I remember way back in the day they had a club called Poke Knockers that used to be on
Oh
Atlantic.
yeah, oh yeah. I ducked many bullets in there,
Oh, bullets, knife fights. Um, there was a
but it
comedian.
was live. We all went back. We all
Yeah, it
kept
was
going back. They
owned
had
by
great
Chris. It was
they
a place
had
to
great
be.
music,
Absolutely,
great
food was
music, great
good.
food,
All the
good
beautiful
ambiance, the
people,
drinks.
popular
Absolutely, it's
people,
a place to be.
absolutely. But Donnell Rollins used to do his stand up there, and Donnell Rollins, originally from Brooklyn,
Mhm.
was notorious in my eyes, known for being the comedian that always went too far. He would make jokes about the drug dealers, the known drug dealers in the audience, until one of them would come up on the stage and it would be a fight. You know, I mean, he always pushed the envelope. He still kind of does it now. But my point is that from Chris Rock's vantage point, the first thing I did was I understood Will's rage, and I said, okay, he needs therapy. He clearly has not talked about whatever, and I don't follow this story a lot. But then I put myself in Chris Rock's face, and I said, how would I feel as a 57-year-old black man who just got slapped on an international show?
Okay, and let me have a comment about that too. Okay, so yes, I side with Will on this, right? However, right, Chris left himself kind of open. Like, for me, if I see somebody coming, I just dish the shit out of you, right? And I see you coming at me, I'm gonna be a more defensive position.
No, Because
I'm
Chris,
not sticking my face out to like, what the fuck you gonna do?
no, he didn't. He
Right?
didn't. He didn't.
Like he stuck his neck
No,
out.
he didn't.
He did.
No,
Go
he
on.
didn't.
He stuck his
He
neck out. I'm
behaved.
not saying he welcomed the slap, but
No, no, no,
he
no.
was not
I don't.
like,
I don't
yo,
think
like
in. I
I'm
don't think in
I'm
his
more in the
mouth.
defensive. Like, what are you doing up here?
No, 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 no.
No,
So
I'm just
first of
like I
all,
said, this is
it's,
my opinion.
I know, but first of all, let's
And he
think
has
about
every right to defend himself. Chris
it.
has every
No,
right.
no. Well,
Absolutely. He has every right. Like, yo, I made a joke. Why are you up
no,
here? Why are you trying to
no,
fuck me over a
no,
joke?
no, no,
He has
no,
every right. You
no.
can't say no. That's
No.
my
You're,
opinion.
okay, so here's my response to it, right?
Mhm.
So you are talking about the Oscars. You've got on $1,000
I'm
suit. No, no,
Go
let
ahead.
me
Go
finish.
ahead. Go ahead.
I don't think in Chris's wildest imagination he thought Will was coming up on the stage to physically do
Smack
something
him.
to him. He probably thought Will was coming up on the stage to say something, or it was going to be some type of funny improv moment. But
After you just said that, I mean,
as,
you can't be
but it
that
wasn't
stupid.
that
You
serious.
cannot be that stupid.
It was not that serious.
He said, "Uh-oh." Come on, Donatella.
It
He
wasn't.
said,
It
"Uh-oh."
was. It
He
wasn't.
knew something was
It
coming.
wasn't. He knew he was going to do something, but not the physical act. Now, what could he have done? As a man, he couldn't have turned around and ran. Oh my God, he would never have gotten over
He
that.
defended himself.
No, he could
I
not.
just smack that shit down. Like,
He
yo,
could,
nah,
he
nah.
could he could not, because what would have
Yes, he
happened?
could have.
No, he could not, Bub. No, he could not. Because what would have happened if he tried to defend or
How do you say
move?
he can't, Donatella?
Well, if you stop talking, I
I'm
might
just saying,
tell
how do you
you.
say he can't?
If you stop talking, I just might tell you.
Okay.
If he had made any attempt to block or defend himself physically, it would have been two grown ass men fighting on the stage. Because
Or it wouldn't have been.
it, no, it would have been.
Or it wouldn't have been.
There is with that, for lack of better words, temporary moment of insanity that Will was in. That would have been a brawl. And then what would have happened is that people from backstage would have ran out. Somebody from the audience may have tried to run up and stop it, and it would have been all hell on the stage. The best thing he could have done from his professional vantage point was to take that like a soldier, like he did, and then continue his composure. And because he's a quick thinker, when he said, "Oh man,
And
that's the best time on, that's the most exciting time on national network TV," he was right. And when he said, he just slapped the shit out of me on nationwide TV. That was for me. If you're thinking about a business perspective, the biggest thing he has to get past is his comment. Now, if he had done something else and it was a full-fledged fight or whatever, then it
he
would
could
have
have been just like, no, back up, bro. That's
no,
it. Like,
no,
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 you're not hitting
no.
me. You're not
How
hitting
many
me on
times?
stage.
No,
You're not
no,
doing that. You're not
no.
smacking the shit out of me in front of
But he
security.
didn't know he was gonna slap him. That's why it's
He
called.
said, "Uh-oh, what the fuck you thought Wassup was coming up there? Have coffee with him?"
Yeah, I didn't think he was
Nah.
gonna slap him. I didn't think he was gonna physically do him anything.
Okay, you saw the
And
man coming up. You talking about the man's wife. You see him
but-
coming up.
Yeah,
And
but,
you sit there
but
like,
his wife. And so everybody now is talking about she laughed. She was laughing as he walked up because she had no idea what the hell he was getting ready to do. And when he slapped her, I think there's two different types of laughs. There's the laugh like, haha, something's really funny. And then there's that nervous energy laugh as a reaction, like, oh shit, which is what I did. And then when I realized it was real, it turned to, oh shit. You know, like I felt horrible for all of them. Then you got his brother now, who probably what's his name? Tony Rock?
who's getting more publicity than ever over it.
Hello. No, he's not getting more, but he's getting a lot.
I never see his face until today. I never
No.
until I saw I didn't even, if Tony Rock walked past me, I would never know who he was.
Oh well, I knew
I saw it. Like I said, he's
no,
getting
I
a
knew
lot.
who he was, but he's doing two things, right? he's using his platform to be a sibling, but I
As he
don't care.
should.
I don't care what anybody says. He also is using his platform to ride the wheels off of this wave that's going to
As he should. As
sell
he's
tickets.
doing it.
But he's doing it like, like a real N. If you listen to
Of
the verbiage
course.
that he's
Of
saying,
course. Of course.
which to me just makes it look.
He takes it completely out of context. When
Well,
he takes it out of context.
no,
Because
he's acting like he's from where he's from, and that's his brother.
but Will Smith ain't got no problem with you. You ain't say nothing about him. Like you want to fight somebody, ain't say nothing.
No, but what you do is, yeah. I mean, I
You
remember when
your
my
brother starts a fight and he
but
gets his ass kicked.
no,
I'm
his
just saying
brother
the
didn't start a
spirit.
fight.
Your brother started a fight.
His
So
brother did not
you
start a
talking
fight.
about my wife, you
You
start a
are
fight.
told from a young child, sticks and
Listen,
stones
I don't go
may
by that.
break
I
your
go by
bones.
what I want to do.
Words
I
cannot
don't do
help.
all of that. I'm not into all of that.
That's okay.
You
You'll be
offend me.
sued.
You offend
You will be
me. I
sued.
handle it the way I handle it. That's
Right.
just how
And
it
then
is.
you stand to lose the entire
You
everything.
think Will Smith is hurting? Do you really think that man is
Oh,
hurting?
he's about to hurt. He's about
How?
to
You
hurt.
can't. He
He's already
already.
he's
He
already
had,
listen, listen.
Donatella, the
It
man
does
has
listen,
multi-level
it doesn't
generational wealth.
it doesn't
You don't
matter.
have to
You know
see
what
him
he doesn't
again for
have?
his life.
He doesn't have that Oscar. He
You don't
doesn't
have.
have that
You don't.
Oscar.
What is an Oscar?
When you work, when you
What
work,
is it?
when you work
Does so Oscar
when
validates
you
him?
work when you work your entire life for one goal and
That's
you
not. Who
hold
said
it
that?
and you hold it in
You're
your
assuming that.
no, I'm not assuming because I saw the Negro do it. That's why he didn't leave when they
He
asked him
didn't do
to.
what? He didn't do
That's
what?
why
He
he did
retired.
not
He
leave.
resigned from the whole shit. So
No,
obviously,
no. Let's be clear. He resigned after he got his Oscar taken away. Let's
it
be
does.
clear.
The point
He
is right.
refused. No. He refused
What?
to
No,
leave.
no, no. What?
He went up and accepted and made his speech as he
What?
should. No, he should have led
Donatella,
when they
what
told
part
him.
of this do you understand that Will
He
did
should have
everything he
been
wanted to
arrested on
do?
site. He should have
Exactly,
been
and he
arrested on
didn't because
site.
he's that man. He's that dude.
No. You know why he didn't? So there are two things here. The same academy that's reprimanding him is the same one that waited and probably said, you know what? He's a super house marketing mogul at this point. He grew more in the pandemic than anybody. That whole 50th birthday, that reenactment, the branding that he did for himself, all of that's phenomenal, right? That is the only reason why they probably walked up to him and asked him to leave. He said no. He knew he was getting an Oscar. And he also probably knew in his head, I will never touch one or have this moment again after this fact because I just lost my cool. He was together enough to sit there and be cool, go up on stage and do his acceptance speech. That
Okay,
had to hurt.
I want to give you a parallel. Kanye West, right?
He would have been arrested on site.
No, this is the parallel I'm giving you. At a point in Kanye West's career, do you think he would have missed going to the Grammys where he knew he was going to get two
Before,
Grammys?
before or after he ran up and
I'm
took
just saying there was a
from the
point in
girl.
his life. Do you ever think he would
I'm,
have missed the Grammys? Of
I'm
course
not.
not. But he's gone so far, it don't matter to him no more. It
Well,
doesn't. It doesn't.
Jay-Z and them either. They
Exactly,
always
and
keep
that's
up
what I'm
with him.
saying. So listen.
No,
So what I'm saying is,
no,
Will Smith is at a point,
no,
a Oscar, whatever. He don't
no,
need nobody. Oh,
no.
Will
That's a
Smith don't
lie.
need
That
nobody.
that that is a lie.
You think Will Smith needs somebody?
I think Will Smith, if he really didn't care about the Oscars, he would have walked out
I
after
didn't
the
say
Happy
he didn't
Birthday.
care about. He don't need nothing. He doesn't
No,
need anything.
nobody doesn't need anything. What
Exactly.
he
So
wants.
once you say, you know what, this doesn't matter to me anymore.
He,
If
he didn't say that.
he resigned,
No, he resigned. Let me tell you something. His action of resignation is like anybody in corporate America who's about to get fired.
and
They,
exactly, and they
no,
don't love their company
no,
anymore.
no, no,
They
no,
want out.
no. They give certain people the privilege and the honor to be able to say they were resigned before they say you're fired. So remember
So
the people who've been kicked out. No, it's a very different power move. A very different power move. You were
and
already asked to leave. You
he could have
refused.
chose to be fired. He could have chosen. He could have stood his ground, right? and let them fire him.
They already fired him when they asked him to leave. He just didn't
No,
leave.
no, they're not. He didn't get fired. He quit. You can't say you can't listen. You can't have it both sides of the
Nah,
spectrum.
friend. No, you're not listening to yourself.
No, I am.
Anybody who
You're saying
resigns,
he's
they
having it. You
resign.
can't have it both
They
ways. If you
resign.
resign, you didn't get fired.
No, technically
You're
you don't.
implying exactly. That's what I'm
But
saying.
it's the same thing with it's the same thing with our previous governor,
So
right?
don't say he got
No,
fired.
no, I didn't say he got fired. You're not listening. I'm saying there's no accolade and applause and merit or respect for him resigning because he resigned to avoid being fired. It's just like Governor Cuomo.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Governor
He,
Cuomo resigned to avoid being impeached. You know why? So he can run again.
he,
Just like that
no one
orange
is
hair guy.
giving him an accolade for resigning.
You just
Nobody.
did.
No, I'm
You
not.
said,
I say
"Oh, he resigned. He
no.
don't."
You're saying he got fired. I say he didn't get fired. He
I didn't say
resigned.
he got fired. I didn't say he got fired. I didn't say
The
that.
point of the matter is people always want to talk about what Will Smith is going to lose and what he's caught. Please, if in your lifetime you ever saw half, 1/10, 100th of what Will Smith, I'm not talking about you personally, but all these jackasses out here
It
talking
doesn't
about
matter.
what he's
Like
gonna
whatever
miss and what
the
he's not gonna. Will
money
Smith
doesn't
can make
matter.
what I'm saying is he can do whatever he wants. He still
Except
can.
get an Oscar.
And he
Except get
and
an
it's like
Oscar.
I don't. It
And
doesn't stop his creativity.
unfortunately, except make his wife act in a way that would prevent him from having a mental psychotic break.
But so that all I'm saying is you can't control Will Smith. People that think he's out, they can control Will
You can't
Smith
control
or he's gonna.
anyone.
You can't.
But
He's
you
not.
can't
He's
control
above all
anyone.
of that. Listen,
You can't.
he's
No,
not a
he's not
player
above.
that he's
He's
not.
not
Listen,
above
he's
it.
not
He's
Colin
not
Kaepernick.
above it.
He's not
He's like
Colin Kaepernick. He
no.
is above it. He
He's
is.
not above anything. He's like any other human being that has the ability to say yes and no. It makes no difference how much money you have in the bank.
Look, yes, it does.
No, it
Yes, it
doesn't.
Yes,
No,
it
it
does
doesn't.
because he's doing things on his own terms. They're talking about the scripts they don't want him. You don't need that shit. He can do his own scripts. He can make his own movies. He can build his own studio.
That's beside the
That's
point.
how he got the Oscar. He
But
did his own production.
that is beside the point.
He's
Okay,
not a Johnny Come
no, no,
Lately
no.
that
So
needs a
let's
role, that
be
needs a
clear.
job.
Let's
This
be
man's been
clear.
doing this since we've been kids.
No. Let's be clear. That major marketing that Will Smith did during the pandemic, that was not Will by himself. That was Will, the name, with the marketing dollars, like you said, to hire the best. That could be anyone who has that level of
But
resource.
that's what I'm saying. Will has that, Donatella.
He don't
Will
have an
has
Oscar.
that.
He doesn't have an
He
Oscar.
has one now.
No, he doesn't.
What, they took it away?
Yeah.
Okay, then fuck it. They took it away. Everybody saw him win one. Everybody saw him
didn't.
make a speech.
I didn't.
Okay, it's out there.
I
You
was-
can't erase the history. Everybody
No,
saw him win one. Yes, he got taken away, but he won it. It's like saying Barry Bonds didn't exist. I watched Barry Bonds. That's the greatest baseball player ever.
But every
Okay,
day,
he's not in the Hall of Fame.
every
No problem.
day. Now here's the what should happen, right? So we don't talk about mental illness or wellness. So there's three different things that should be happening.
I'm glad we don't agree on this too.
Will Smith, whatever. Will Smith needs therapy to deal with everything that happened up until that point and
No,
everything that happened after.
You don't need no therapy.
Chris Rock needs therapy for everything that happened from the point that Will
He
Smith
just needs to
walked
watch
up
his
on
mouth.
stage until afterwards. His wife, Jada needs therapy to handle whatever's going on in her household as a result of everything that happened that night.
And Jada would say, I've been the same person all my life.
Also needs therapy for being able to accept all the brutality that she's now being subjected to on social media. That is three people. And then here's the fourth part. What? There needs to be therapy for Chris Rock's family because he has kids who now have to hear jokes about his dad getting slapped on TV. His kids are probably going to get into some fights. All due respect, Will Smith already needed therapy for his family and whatever goes on in that house. Yeah. But I saw something where they said his son was crying about the fact that his dad slapped Chris Rock, and this is all kinds of therapy.
It's
And
a big
then
mess.
no, and then the community, all of us need therapy because now we're being subjected to the comments and the visuals
Don't need no
that
therapy. Come on, man. We don't
everybody.
need therapy
No,
for damn Will Smith.
absolutely. Let me tell you something.
We can
I
talk about it. We can
I
continue
saw
the
a post.
conversation.
No, I saw a post by someone I thought who has great corporate sense, great community sense, and is a good person. And I told him, his comment made me have to second think him as an individual because people don't realize you make a comment, it's reflective of you as a person. But if you're a business owner, people also hold that comment up with your business brand.
Donatella,
Yep.
me and you go a lot of places together, right?
Yep.
If someone ever disrespected you, I'm gonna fuck them up. Okay?
Oh, but
And
I'm an Aries.
if you have a problem with that, that's on you. Okay? I'm just letting you know. All that business owner,
That's
public eye,
listen.
that's second.
But
That's
you're
all
different because you could just run away to Africa.
it's no, I don't have no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. No, I just don't get this shit where people talk so much bullshit. When if it happened to them, they're not just walking away. They're
That's
not
not
just walking away.
that's not true. Because right now there's someone living and breathing on the planet right now that should have gone to uh 6 feet below a long time ago.
Ooh, no,
The person who's been
I'm not talking about you.
no, no, but
I'm talking about guys that sit there and let their
all
significant
right,
other
no,
get disrespected.
you have to listen though. You have to listen to what you're saying. That situation is a perfect example of why there's so many black men in jail who got into fights over women, over something stupid, over a verbal. There are so many men and women who are dead
And let
because
me just
of
explain one thing.
because
I know where you're going, but
no, I already went there.
this is
It's
the point
fact.
I'm making, Donatella, right? I understand Chris is a comedian, right? But what I'm saying is, if I'm a comedian, I'm not making that joke. Period. I'm not doing that because I understand how it can go left.
But
I'm not doing
no,
that. So
no,
listen.
no, 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 no.
No.
There are
What I'm
venues. There are venues where you think about it. If you're going into the pink houses, right, and you're doing stand up, you're probably not gonna make jokes about people who live in the pink houses, right? He made a joke about GI Jane the movie. Did you see GI Jane?
yeah, of course I saw Janet.
Okay, right. He didn't say anything about the alopecia, but it's implied. I get it. I get it. Right? I get it.
I
Right?
just
It would have been different. I could see people, and this is what's unfortunate. I could see it hurting her feelings if someone said something to me about, uh people who have hair who lose their hair because of stress. I might take it personal because I know it's no different than when you go to church and the pastor's up there talking about everybody who's doing shit in the street and you're sitting on the pew and the pew starts to feel hot because you're like, oh, that was me last night. You're not running up on
no.
the stage and slapping the
He
pastor.
singled her out. He
Who
singled her
said
out
G.I.
and
Jane movie?
talked about her hair. Remember, look, you're talking about hair,
He
right?
didn't, he
You're
didn't
talking about
say he
hair.
didn't say anything about her hair.
Appearance. We're talking about her appearance, how she looked.
He didn't say anything about
Singled
her
her,
parents.
her appearance,
Her,
her
yes,
hair. He sat there and talked about it, right? And
I
she
just
did not
remember him
appreciate
saying.
it.
I just remember him hearing what I heard him say was, "Hey, GI Jane," and the reason why he said GI Jane is because she had on a fatigue green looking dress. To be clear, that's why he said GI Jane. He had on the combination of the way her hair looked and
Now it's a dress.
No, he said it. He already acknowledged. G.I. Jane was the other girl's movie, right? That was Demi Moore, or who was it?
It
And
was
she
that.
had it was Demi Moore, right? Demi Moore had a bald head.
Isn't that super convenient? Where everyone's talking about
It makes
the hair loss issue, and now we're making this
no, no,
about
no.
the outfit she
You're not listening.
wore, a green outfit she
You're
wore.
not listening with the intent to hear me clearly. He said it was a combination of her hair loss, it was her hairstyle, and the fact that she had on the green dress because of the green army fatigues. It was a perfect joke. But was it tasteless? Yes, it was a tasteless joke, right? But did he deserve to get slapped in his face for it? Absolutely not.
That's a personal opinion.
No, it's not a personal opinion because you have to think about the message you're giving the community. So now, when someone
So
decides,
Chris Rock doesn't get to Chris Rock doesn't get to think about the message he's sending in the community, that it's okay to make fun of someone with a condition that is
people do
clearly
it all the
bothering them. So it's okay. So it's okay.
listen to
So
me.
so so
I,
so
I'm
for
I'm
someone,
I'm going
for
to
someone
tell
that's
you.
been
I am I'm going to tell you.
what you
This
gonna tell
this
me
is
what?
ridiculous, right?
What's ridiculous?
There are, first of all, it was a verbal comment. There are no verbal comments that give you the right to physically assault someone because it's called assault. It's called assault, period. And if you're not careful, the message you send, you're going to be seeing people getting walked up on, slapped up on left and right. And they're going to use case and precedent, right? Because that's what you do in court. Oh, Chris Rock said
You
such
deal with the
and such.
consequences.
Slap.
Everyone knows what assault
No,
is, and you deal with the consequences. If he
action,
got arrested, he would have got arrested. If he
every
did time, he would
action,
have did his time.
every action. No, he wouldn't have, because he would do like JC Smollett and that crew is doing now, trying to talk his way out of his time. But
Whatever. He's supposed to defend himself.
every action begets a reaction. Ooh, my
Absolutely.
pillow is about to fly off the balcony. Hold on. It's very windy outside. Oh my goodness. I can't even open my door. Wow. Can you hear it? Woo! Hold on. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Woo! This is when you like George Jefferson and Wheezy living at the top. Can you hear that wind? I wish I could flip the camera and show you. My pillows were like up in the air, and they're huge pillows. Look at this. This pillow was flying. But this has been a great conversation.
It has been, and like I said, I'm glad that we disagree because the whole world is split in the middle over this. And I represent people that support Will, and you represent all the people that think he's crazy, think he was an asshole, think he was stupid and misguided for what he did. And that's the world we live in. But we still have to be. What does that mean? I don't know what it means.
Kedna Brown has been
What
confirmed for the
I'm
Supreme
tired of
Court,
celebrating all the.
becoming
What
the
is
first
Kamala Harris doing for us
contestant
right now?
in
I'm not
U.S.
having.
history. You know, I I have to say that there is no winning in this society.
There isn't.
It's like um I was listening to some people talk about Biden yesterday, and they were saying, "Oh, Biden signed the law making lynching illegal, right?" And this guy was like, "That don't mean nothing." Da, da, da. I said, "Well, tell that to the people who've had family members be lynched, and then those people get out free." And the other person was like, "Well, after so many years, they're finally making it illegal. It doesn't matter. It's no winning, because if he had not passed the bill, or been on the side of the bill, then it would have been, oh, Biden don't care about black people. It's just no winning." So just like saying, to answer your question,
What was my
what does that mean that she is now a black woman sitting on the Supreme Court? That's what
No,
it
no,
means,
that wasn't my question. I said it means nothing to me.
which is the equivalent, right?
No, it means that it doesn't impact me. I don't have an
Yeah,
opinion,
you don't go to
positive or
you don't go to
negative
court.
about it.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
don't
I'm
have
just saying
family
I don't.
members.
No, but listen, you act like black people in court don't. You act like there isn't a Clarence Thomas. Do you understand Clarence Thomas' legacy?
Yeah, I know
So,
who he,
so that's why I said. So,
but
so
she's
just because a black
she's
person is
not
there does not
she's not
mean anything.
she's not
Because
Clarence Thomas
how do
though.
you? I don't know. I didn't know that. I don't know that. I
You
don't know
do
that.
know that because her name is not Clarence Thomas. She's not Clarence Thomas.
Well, I don't know. She's not going to have the same effect Clarence Thomas had.
Listen, and again,
You know your boy Clarence Thomas was trying to help Trump
Well, I know.
Will
So I'm
okay
from Maryland. I know
overthrow
a
the
lot.
election.
So I know a lot of negative things about Clarence Thomas. Have you ever heard Clarence Thomas' name come out of my mouth?
I'm just giving you an
Well,
equivalence.
I'm just saying you don't have
Because
to
they're
like
black does not mean anything. That's why I said just because they're black, don't put that black picture up there because
you know
they are black people.
people
There
like
are black people that are just as
people
destructive as there
people,
are
but
Nazis, and there
beside
are white people that are as productive as Martin Luther King. What do you want from me? I don't look at color no more. How about
please,
that?
I'm going back to my third grade self, and I'm gonna roll my eyes all over the place. Um. Okay. So let's really quickly. What was I getting ready to say to you? Um. What is your thought on the fact that they are now? What I dislike about social media is the lack of originality in what's trending or happening in our community. So really quickly, I want to talk about a couple things. Number one, there are a handful of profiles on social media, and I try to follow a lot of different people, but there are a handful of profiles on social media that I want to know whether or not they are monetized, because they don't seem to bring forth any original thought, but everybody reposts the same story. So there's DL Hughley, who I love, right? There's Pete Rock, there's Sean King, there's the Shade Room, which I didn't realize the Shade Room was owned by a woman of color. So but they're all basically posting the same story. Once it goes on one profile, it goes on all of them. And remember, social media is monetized. So a person like me who thinks too much has to wonder sometimes which part of it is love and care for the community and which part of it is dollars and cents. Now, I could easily be running the same stories and doing my dialogue, right? So, right now, one of the trending stories that I'm going to have to watch pop up on 10 different profiles, if I follow all 10, is the fact that the founders of Black Lives Matter purchased a $6 million mansion out of the charity donation,
Funds.
right? And where she made the mistake, if you look at what they're doing, which is um kind of parallel to all these people who are about to get arrested for fraud with the PPP and the SBA loans, they did what they needed to do in terms of taking the donations, cleaning the donations by contributing them into an LLC that's registered out of state, and then going buying
But
the house.
but they're still scammers. What happened? Pitch
My
hit your window.
door just blew open. What is the wind miles per hour? I could have to make sure that the people's hair is all together when I go outside. But there's that story that's trending. And then I don't know, our good friends at Pix 11, do you see their new profile?
Mm-mm.
So Pix 11 News has, so remember, a lot of these news stations are now streaming 24 hours a day. Um, Cross my heart, I'm so sorry to see Black News Network is being canceled in June.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I
It's,
wasn't sure if you knew that.
yeah, no, I watch it here every day. I mean, for a
Yeah,
couple of
so Black
days.
News Network, they announced last month. Was it during Black History Month?
But I mean, think of, I mean, it was
but,
doomed from the get
but
up, from
here's
the
the
get
thing,
get go.
and mind you, when the viral, those same platforms, one or two of them posted about the Black News Network going out of business, there are thousands upon thousands of people in the comments who didn't know that Black News Network existed
Existed.
in the first place. And the question that, these profiles pose, did you even know they existed? Well, here's what I said. I did. I said, how come none of you idiots posted them? You know why? They were not trending, right? So right now, Pix News 11, Brooklyn News 12, they're the two that I see doing it the most. Now have profiles that are continuously showing videos of unsolved crimes against children, women, and the elderly. And the first thing I said was, those are topics that are controversial with viral sensations. And so I'm wondering if those two profiles are monetized, number one. But if you look, and with all the videos they're posting, you don't see, at least I have not seen, any videos that are asking to solve crimes against Black men. It's only against children, women, pregnant women, and elderly. And it's some really aggressive, on Pix 11, aggressive and abusive videos, right? And so the thing that I've been talking to people about is, you know, there's always a marketing plan. And so if there's a huge like shooting, right? I think what I saw on Pix 11 today appeared to be a male. I couldn't tell what color he was, but there is a bar in Brooklyn where someone set the bar on fire while there were patrons in the building. So I guess they're behind the bar. They throw gasoline behind the bar, and
That's
because of
crazy.
these cameras, the dummy, and you have to ask yourself. The first thing I
Where did
thought,
he get the gasoline? First of all, like this had to be premeditated. I mean, who walks around with a bottle of gasoline?
oh, it's definitely premeditated. He has on a whole outfit, face covered.
Covered, okay.
He has a container of gasoline. He pours it. Looks like he's behind the building. And then I think he's smoking a cigarette. He drops the cigarette in it, like you see on the movies. And
Mm-hmm.
this dummy didn't watch the right movie because you're supposed to take the lighter and I guess throw it in it and it catches on fire. He bends down to light the gasoline
Oh
on
my
fire
god.
with his lighter, and it explodes up. So everybody in the comments is like, tagging NYPD and Mayor Adams and saying, check the hospital for anybody with a hand burn,
Yeah, we're burning.
you know. But until people in the community decide that there's no such thing as snitches get stitches and they start talking, it's just going to get worse. Like there's a video of a Black male, big guy, walking up a sidewalk. There's a pregnant woman walking this way. He rips her purse from her arm so hard it flips her on the sidewalk.
Well, another thing I saw today was how easily it is for these guys to um, manipulate the credit card machines at these
Uh-huh.
like any public area. Like if you have, you had a supermarket, you had a grocery store,
It's
and the
it's
credit card
all
machine, they
it's
just put
always
this,
been.
they put a whole face cover on top of it
Can
that
can I
looks identical,
can I tell you
and you stick your card like you could be anywhere.
that scam has been around since I was in college.
You can be anywhere,
And
and the
when you
people,
swipe,
and the store
or
doesn't even know. The store doesn't even know, and you
yeah.
swipe and you just giving your.
So some years ago, clever people put fake ATM machines in a couple of malls. I want to flip the camera and show you my door coming up. Hold on a second. Um,
Is that
they,
windy?
they put fake ATM machines in a couple of malls, a couple different places, and it said it was out of order because it wasn't dispensing money. But people were swiping their cards, putting in their PIN numbers, and there was a recording mechanism inside the ATM that was recording their pins and the swipe of their cards. That's old technology. It's just like way back in the day when you could take a scanner and sit in a metropolitan area and scan the area and get everybody's cell phone information.
Wow.
That's one of the things that I knew how to do as a young person.
Wow. Yeah. Don't, wow.
So this has been great. I'm excited today.
Fantastic.
It's really terrible outside. I'm supposed to be going to the filming of a spring flower event. There's a young lady who invited me to be part of her a taping she's doing. I'm not going to say her name because she's very popular on Instagram, and I'm excited. And I can't decide if I'm going to go as a Nubian queen or as Beyonce's little sister.
Oh yeah, Solange. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
you have that
okay.
Solange effect.
I forgot that She had a little sister who does natural.
Yeah,
So
so
I
do
mean,
I.
so no, I was just being funny because I
I
was
know,
saying
but no,
I
I looked and I was like, okay, I see what you
but I
did.
was saying I don't know if I'm gonna wear my afro or my blonde hair that looks like Beyonce, making me her little sister. Sorry,
But no,
Solange.
but I just have one last comment. Look, and this is to comedians and comics out there. I've been supporting comedy over 20 years. I've hosted comedy for combined collectively at least 10 years, as a house for comedy. So I appreciate the effect of comedy and how it's even therapy. I used to call it therapy. We need to laugh,
Yes.
but there's a responsibility and there's a point where which we cross the line. And I've always maintained that even with my comics. And if you ask any of the people that hosted here, we're not here to try to censor you, but we're asking you to just be responsible so that a situation like that does not happen. Know where you can go and where you can't. I know it's a gray area. I mean, we all have different tolerance for stuff. So this is not an attack on comics and comedians and I don't understand the industry. That please don't come with that. I've seen more comedy than you probably ever seen in your
It's
whole life.
it's it's
So but I just disagree. Like I said, because I told you, mama jokes. They're just certain things personally. I don't. My views are my views. Like you don't
no,
have
I
to
get
like it. You don't have to accept
everybody
it.
knows
And
everybody
I just
knows
think,
level of talk.
if that's the man, that is how he chose to handle it, and whatever consequences that come from it, he owns it, because every action has a reaction. And
Mhm.
so it would be different if I said, oh, he shouldn't be penalized. He shouldn't be. No one's saying any of that. When you do something, know that there's something coming behind it, positive or negative. That's all I'm saying. In this case, sure, there's going to be a lot of backlash. There's going to be people that disapprove, and that's what he owns. But
There's a female comedian. She's on during the day. Sherry is her first name. I want to say Sherry. Is it Sherry Underwood? Yeah, Sherry Underwood. I think it's her last name. Black woman. I don't know if she's
mhm,
on You or
yeah,
one of those shows.
yeah, it's the view.
And so she said that she is now afraid to do comedy the way she normally does. Because she says, does that mean she might say something and someone's going to come up on the stage and slap her? And as a 50, whatever age she is, she said, and she apparently she gave this interview in a straight face. She wasn't joking because that's what I'm talking about. That's the precedent that this is now stating.
Set. Hmm.
And I sent a message to Donnell Rollins because I think he should chime in because this is what his old comedy was like. He
But
would
this,
say
but look,
stuff that was
mhm.
crazy. And
That's historical. What you said is historical. And
what
what I'm saying is not going to be the first time or the last time this happens.
oh,
It's not.
definitely not.
This has always happened, and it will continue to happen. I mean, I think because we saw it on that stage, it just kind of. But this is
Well,
just.
yeah,
It's,
definitely. There's a comedian that I now follow up, and I will never forget.
speaking of which, we have a fucking comedy show this Monday. We have a sold out show this Monday doing comedy.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. So you better
Oh,
be here.
I didn't know that. I'll come. I'm gonna wear an oxygen mask. People outside make me nervous.
That's something you don't have to worry about in Amarachi.
I know,
Amarachi is the
but I
safest
was gonna tell you
place to
there
be
there's a
ever.
comedian. Do you know who A.G. White is?
I know. What did I say?
Right.
20 years
So
in Brooklyn. I
so
know all of them.
so let me tell you the funny thing. Going back to Pork Knockers, Pork Knockers has a lot of trauma in it. I remember being at Poke Knockers at a show, and I had on a pony, a brown pony fur coat, and I had like some of the people's hair was like same color, kind of blondish brown.
Hmm.
And I remember that at Poke Knockers, everybody knew when a comedian was on, you don't walk through or try to sit, or you don't sit down front because sometimes they get a little crazy. And,
Absolutely.
and for me, there was one night I was there, and A.G. White was trying to, he was messing with people in the crowd,
Hmm.
and he said something to me, and I guess was trying to get me to engage, and I wouldn't. And I got so mad that I was cursing him out from my seat until Chris told me. He was like, you know what? Let just come outside, because when you get upset, then other people get upset. And to this day, I have never forgotten that. Although I like his stand up, and one time I was somewhere and he hit on me, and I had to remind him what what happened, because it
Mm,
started the same way. A lot of times I find that people who are in that point, the comedians, they
mhm.
will start out like trying to be comedic, flirtatious, and when you don't respond, they get a little nasty. But in Brooklyn, we get nasty back. So, anywho, that was great. Every time I see him, though, I think about it, and every couple of years, I remind him. Do you
No,
remember?
listen. Look, there's a. We're not gonna stop supporting comedians, and we're not gonna ask them to change the world. Just to make it palatable for every taste bud. But listen, shit's gonna happen sometimes, and I just think, like everything else, we take everything too far around here. We just do. You know, it, this has gone on. It's gone on too much. But anyway, it's a pleasure seeing you. Uh,
You too, you too. I'm sorry. People are texting me saying, "Get off the live. You got stuff to do." People are such haters.
yeah,
Um,
well, they wish they were where you are.
I know, I know.
They wish people were listening to them. So I just posted up. Do you see it?
I do, I do.
So there you go,
Although I
April.
don't have on my reading
And
glasses. I
look,
thought it
it's
said thigh.
free. Look at that, it's free.
I thought it said thigh high comedy, but
What
it
is
says
it?
laugh.
Laugh, margaritas. It's a sister hosting the show from DC, I think. That's her
How do I
name.
do this? Okay, there we go. I'm
There,
trying
there
to
we go.
point toward
That's
it,
it.
but it's opposite.
I haven't done this in so long. Um,
Did
Her name
are
is
we are we live on my YouTube channel as well? Or did,
No, I didn't get a chance to. Yeah, you
that's
told me
okay.
late. You told me late. You told me
I know.
late.
You know what?
The next
So
time, we'll,
no, no,
we'll
no. So I'm
definitely
gonna
do a
come
proper.
see you, and I'll to send it to me. I would love to put it up on my Instagram, especially before send me your flyer too,
Okay.
so I can do
We'll do.
something. So I'll be there Monday. That'll be fun.
Well, I miss you as always.
I
Haven't
miss you
haven't
too,
we
girl.
haven't done this in a while. We haven't argued and got the veins in our things going.
I know, I know. got the people's hair sweating.
Listen, I just think this is how it should be. You know what I'm saying? You could disagree and still be mad cool and cordial with each
And
other.
look, you did
And
not have to slap my face either for it to happen.
no, you didn't say nothing about my mama. Well,
Let's be
well,
clear, y'all.
is there anything wrong with that?
Oh my goodness, that's funny. All right.
All right, y'all. Thank you. See you next time.
Toodles.